This is CPE 127 and today we will be discussing about the assessment in teaching prose. But before we get into the video, I want to give you a quick recap. Literary is the way or the form of writing the writer uses. It is the style of the writer to produce a specific emotional effect. It could be poetic, dignified or formal. Prose, on the other hand, is one of the literary pieces that is regarded as a written or verbal language that has no formal metrical structure and it follows the natural pattern used in everyday speech. Now, let us get to the video. Text search. Text search focuses on text search skills of the student, while not getting distracted by an inhibitor. This may allow the student to comprehend the text they are reading and complete the puzzle the author intended them to solve. Here is one example. The text shown is one example of a prose where the students should apply the text search in order to answer the question. This is one of the ways on how to assess the comprehension of the student. In this matter, the teacher will be able to determine if the reading comprehension or the way of teaching prose was effective enough to make the students understand what the prose is all about. Comparing and contrasting. Prose and poetry are two terms that is always coined together. It is the practical and easy way of introducing higher-order thinking skill. It also improves comprehension of the students as it highlights the important details and making meaning among the abstract ideas. In order to successfully compare and contrast the two concepts, comparing and contrasting is accompanied by a table that is needed to be filled up in order to guide the students in what should they compare and contrast. Journaling. Journaling serves several purposes: reflecting, critical thinking and connection. It is another method of evaluating the students that requires them to self-assess on what are their improvements from where they started. It can also be an opportunity to encourage the students to think critically and improve their poetic and writing techniques. Journaling may be a tool to make the students assess their improvement, and the teacher as the assessor can depict the students' retention and motivation in writing. Some examples of journaling are reflective journaling, double-entry journals and reader response journals. The table shown is an example of a double-entry journal which is commonly used in academic discipline. It allows students to record their responses as they read. The assessor or the teacher may or may not provide a text depending on how he will conduct the activity. In another activity, the student may put a text of his choice that he finds intriguing and puzzling. In the right column, the student may react to the written text at the left column. The student may include its reaction, question made and analysis. The three assessments mentioned earlier, namely the text search, the comparing and contrasting and the journaling, are some of the various techniques and ways of assessing the students when learning and understanding prose. Text search commonly focuses on the text search skill and comprehension of the student, whether if the material they are reading is understood well. Another discussed assessment is the comparing and contrasting two concepts. This way of assessing the students helps them to clarify the vogue ideas on what is the difference between the two. The teacher as the assessor can make inferences on how the students understand the certain concept faster and easily. Lastly, the journaling, where students are able to evaluate their personal improvement through the use of journals. It promotes critical thinking and reflecting, as the teaching techniques and assessment improves along with the needs of the students. The teacher must improve its way of assessing in order to gather direct feedbacks. It also allows the assessor to test the application of a technique. Learning is fun. Enjoy and learn more.